I'm KJW.
I'm Jdoombeast.
Beast. I'm
Jdoombeast.
sick of reminding you of that. And we just saw Spongebob. We just saw the first movie we've done that isn't a TV movie. SpongeBob SquarePants Sponge Out of Water. Why'd I let you talk me into doing this?
You talked me into this.
So basically, this was a challenge that I inflicted upon myself. A few weeks ago, a Starduster named Sherry the Diswiz, she did a SpongeBob week in honor of SpongeBob's 20-year anniversary, and in which she would be looking at the best SpongeBob movie, the first SpongeBob movie, the SpongeBob SquarePants movie.
The good one.
Well, I said that you and I would take a look at one that's not so good. The one that came out years later, SpongeBob SquarePants Sponge Out of Water, which already is a misleading title. They should have just called it SpongeBob Movie 2.
Or something.
Even though it has no tie to the first movie at all, but you should have just called it that. The title is totally misleading.
The first one probably had more screen time.
Why don't you tell them what your first thoughts were when you saw this movie?
So, the first time I saw this movie, I was like, oh yeah, that was actually pretty funny. And then the second time I watched it, I realized, oh no, wait, this is actually horrible. And now watching it a third time, it's still really horrible. It's got a couple one-liners that are okay.
So let's just go ahead and start. This movie starts off with a pirate named Burgerbeard, who steals a book off of the island that I always thought was Bikini Bottom, but apparently I'm wrong. The island that's above Bikini Bottom, and he starts telling the story that's in the book. We never find out who created the book, how it got its magic. We'll get to that in a minute, but how it got its magic, we don't know anything about it other than what it can do. And so he starts explaining the story of, in the beginning, when SpongeBob, talking about SpongeBob and all his friends and how he works with the Krusty Krab. And this movie was actually ruined. I saw this movie in theaters. I forgot so much about it, but one thing I do remember, I was so mad when they didn't have a specific song that I loved listening to. It was called the Monday song, thank gosh it's Monday, Positivity Monday, and he's mad because I annoyed him and another friend of ours just with that song every day.
It was
for 2 months. It was so funny.
Unnecessarily.
It was funny.
Unnecessary. It was horrible.
But it takes place just a typical SpongeBob day. SpongeBob working at the Krusty Krab, feeding the people, fighting off Plankton from stealing Krabby Patty formula. And tell them the plan that Plankton has.
So Plankton has this brilliant plan where you see he flies at them with the plane, right? But then the plane...
They shoot him down with potatoes.
They shoot him down with raw potatoes out of a machine gun. So then, of course, the immediate next reaction is to have a tank within the plane to fire pickles at them as he's falling down to the ground.
Which they take on with ketchup and mustard and mayo.
And it takes...
they hold the mayo.
They hold the mayo. And when they can't hold it anymore, they throw it at him and the mayo stops the tank. So within the tank, he has a giant robot, right? And so the giant robot
crashes into the Krusty Krab.
Crush in, get to Mr. Krabs, get to where the formula is at. And it runs out of gas.
And then Plankton is like, okay, well, I'll use the one thing. I cannot believe I have no going for this. This is the one thing that has money. I'll buy the Krabby Patty formula. Oh, wait. My wallet's empty. Just like my real wallet.
Rest in peace. and so...
all I got left is this penny. I don't have a penny, darn it.
So he gives Mr. Krabs...
a penny.
His last penny, right?
Krabs throws it in the safe. And then Plankton goes outside and just cries on a flagpole.
So what really happened was the penny was Plankton. Meaning Plankton spent money on a giant robot, a plane, a tank, a small coin that he can hide inside of, and a robot of himself.
And built those things.
Built all those things.
Why didn't he just give him the penny to begin with?
Or better yet, use the amount of money he had to do all of this to buy a Krabby Patty.
Or
Just buy one.
even better, why is he going after Mr. Krabs in the first place? He's failed at the chum bucket and the restaurant industry in general. Why not become a scientist? And
Go fund a war somewhere.
these are just so many questions that we've had, I'm pretty sure, ever since we were kids.
Yeah. That was like the first 10 minutes of the movie. First 15.
Right. And so it ends up Plankton is inside the safe. He gets the formula before replacing it with a message for Krabs because it's on a pressure plate. He switches the formula kind of like Indiana Jones, only a lot smaller.
A lot smoother.
Yes, this is important to the story. So SpongeBob catches him. He's having a tug of war with him with the formula, and the formula just suddenly vanishes out of thin air. And because the formula is gone and they're out of Krabby Patties, I'm gonna try. Let me try and explain it, because they basically, because they're out of Krabby Patties, all of Bikini Bottom is in a post-apocalyptic world like that.
Instant BDSM.
Instant.
It's just...
All because they don't have a burger.
The only reason these people were keeping their stuff in their closet and not out for the general public was a burger. I don't know what's in the Krabby Patty, but I need some.
So basically, the whole point of the movie is it's up to SpongeBob and Plankton, two enemies, to become a team and figure out what happened to the formula and grab it. And get it back.
Really bad, but SpongeBob pulls like the coolest cutthroat move when he like puts Plankton in a bubble and he's like, Mr. Krabs, one day we're gonna have a good laugh about this. You know, just walks into the bubble and just floats away like coldest backstab in like SpongeBob history.
Yeah. Only he does it with a smile, and it's just, I don't know, it's so weird.
It's hilarious.
So the dynamics between SpongeBob and Plankton, I'm not gonna lie, I actually did like it. It's interesting because you normally don't. These two are usually just enemies, especially in the last movie. They were enemies, but in this one, they have to work together. And Plankton, it's like a dumb Draken and a really smart Chico.
Yeah,
It's they work off of each other. They don't get along. SpongeBob is more optimistic, but Plankton is just Chico. He has all the one-liners and the snarky comebacks, and it's hilarious. It's actually pretty fun. I really you.
SpongeBob had the songs.
SpongeBob had the song.
He had the songs.
We were in a good moment. Why did you ruin it? Why did you ruin it?
Because
that song was so cringy. SpongeBob has to sing a song to Plankton about teamwork, and I'm like, oh man, teamwork. And I was like, oh man, this is gonna be like the fun song from that episode, FUN, only that song was hilarious and pretty catchy and memorable, and this is just gonna be, I don't remember a tune in that song. And we literally just saw the movie.
It wasn't very on tune, it was kind of meh.
It was just so stupid. I did not know.
But it happened.
It happened, and we let it happen.
Can't take it back now.
Yeah.
But that happens. Somehow or another, we're at time travel.
They figure out that Plankton figures out the only way to do it is to go back in time to get the formula before it disappears, and so they do that.
And they just build a time machine.
Yeah.
SpongeBob carries a head. That's cool. It's still warm.
Let's talk about the humor for a second, okay? At least 70% of the humor in this movie is puns. You feel
yeah,
like?
yeah.
70% of this movie's humor is puns, and the rest are just like stupidly dark. Like there's one where they have to go back to the chum bucket and get Karen so that they can build the time machine, because her computer is the only one that'll be able to be the main processor for the time machine. So SpongeBob has to take her head, and as they're sneaking past the guards, SpongeBob's holding the head. He's like, I've never held a head before. And
you get used to it.
Yeah, you get used to it. And SpongeBob's like, it's so warm. I was like, I don't know whether to laugh at that because it's funny or just be scared because it's so dark.
I just love that there was an implication that they tortured Karen. Like, if you look at the room that she's held in, yeah, they've got her like chained up and stuff, but there's a bat with a nail in it, all sorts of like knives all around.
It's your basic cartoon dungeon torture chamber.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
Yeah, so it's like it would go from like super light, silly puns, and then just like a super dark, deep joke out of nowhere, and then like
sometimes the puns do get a laugh. Sometimes they're just cringeworthy. There was one that he missed. That was.
It took me 3 times to realize
it was when it's part of a running joke actually. There's a guy it's back in the beginning of the movie during the whole battle with Plankton and SpongeBob. And when SpongeBob throws the potatoes, there's a guy underneath. Some of the potatoes get into the choppers, and they become like French fries. And it's like, hey, it's raining potatoes. It's raining French fries. And then when Plankton's throwing the pickles, he's like, hey, it's raining pickles. And hey, it's raining. And then the tank falls right on top of the guy, and he says, thanks. And Plankton's like, you're welcome.
It took me 3 times, and him saying something for me to realize it was a pun on thanks, you're welcome.
It was so stupid. Okay, so let's see what else. So after so they eventually go back. So they're going back in time, and which the animation on that was just.
Yeah, don't watch this while you're high. Don't. Bad trip.
Or God forbid if they made a 3D version, don't watch it.
Oh, also they killed Karen, by the way.
Yeah,
to get the time machine to work, they had to murder her, so that was cool.
Why don't you tell them my joke?
What was your joke?
Before Karen says, is there anything you'd like to say? Tell me, Joe, now would be the time.
If there's anything you want to tell me. Yeah, I was going to propose to the microwave. It's horrible. But yeah. He's like, I'm glad you're part of my TM.
Oh, that is so sweet.
That's the sweetest thing ever. Just straight up, we got 2 tears for it, and that was it.
Right. So their first time travel trip, they go 4 days into the future, and everyone's gone, except for Patrick. He's the only one left. Everyone else is gone. So
everyone else gave up on SpongeBob.
Right. So they go back in time again, where they cut to. I swear I do not remember this part of the movie, but when I saw this, I was just like, "What the heck is this?"
He who watches, or no, the one who watches.
They have a Watcher parody of the Watcher from Marvel. The guy who watches everything. He's like a Fantastic Four character. He watches everything, but he usually doesn't interfere. Unless it involves Galactus. But the point is, he's a dolphin named Bubbles. Yes. A magic dolphin.
Yes.
That can shoot lasers out of his blowhole. I swear I don't remember this character.
And he can't make this up.
You can't.
He's integral to the story as well.
Well, we're gonna get to that too. But yeah, so he goes to the bathroom. He says he's been watching the Earth for 1,000 years. For 10,000 years. We'll give you such a crick in the neck. Disney's probably just gonna take my video down just because of that.
You're welcome. I'll set you up for it.
Yay! My first Disney copyright suit. Okay. So he says, I've been watching this for so long. Just make sure that these 2 planets, Jupiter and Saturn, I don't get what they're referencing.
No, it wasn't a reference.
It wasn't a reference? Okay.
No, his job was to make sure those 2 planets did not collide.
So he said, I'm going to go to the bathroom for a second. Just you guys watch these planets. And Sponge was like, okay, I'll watch this guy with the rings. You watch that red one. Okay. My guy's moving, so is mine. Should we get Bubbles now? And let's give him a minute. So they crash into each other. I honestly thought that they were going to like parody the Big Bang when they did that, when it exploded and everything. But they didn't do that. It's just these 2 planets were just destroyed, and I was just like, okay,
yeah.
What was the purpose?
The purpose was to get Bubbles into the story.
It's like Simone from Alvin and the Chipmunks Shipwreck. What are you referencing? We don't know, so that's what makes the joke confusing.
We're down 2 planets. We're down 2. So yeah, they finally
get to the day that the Krabby Patty formula disappears. SpongeBob goes to grab the formula, except he grabs the wrong bottle. They go back in time, and they go to the present day, SpongeBob gives Mr. Krabs the formula. Oh wait, not before we find out about a sacrifice that has to be made in order for
sacrifice.
In order for at least Sandy. We overlook Sandy.
That's okay.
You know what? Nah, you don't need.
All
you just need to know is Sandy goes completely insane for a while.
A giant page from the book that the Burger Beard stole.
Like,
fell
if
in
a
the
conspiracy
water.
theorist and
A squirrel.
someone with schizophrenia, like extreme schizophrenia,
Yeah.
it's
pretty bad.
Yeah, it's really bad.
And a squirrel.
And a squirrel.
Yeah. Weird.
She just basically says the sandwich gods need to be appeased.
So we gotta make a sacrifice.
So SpongeBob offers to be the sacrifice after they goof everything up, and he grabs the wrong bottle.
Rex.
Patrick goes back in time, accidentally steals the time machine, goes back in time, comes back with a Squidosaurus Rex with Squidward with the body of like a T-Rex.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah.
It's
So, just as they're about to sacrifice them, SpongeBob's like, wait, I smell Krabby Patties. And Mr. Krabs is like, I smell them too! Follow that scent, boy! And so they go all the way to the edge.
But you almost missed one of my favorite jokes. He just rips off all the leather he's wearing and like his regular outfits underneath. And Squidward's like, wait, we could have ripped this off at any time?
I thought your favorite joke was Auto Pirate.
Auto Pirate was the best joke in the movie.
So
at the very beginning, whenever he's Burger Beard's sailing his boat, presses a button and it says Auto Pirate. That was the best joke in the entire movie. But my favorite one was whenever he just realized, wait, we can just rip off the BDSM gear at any time. We can just stomp whatever. Killed me.
Yeah. So let's see. So they go to the edge of the surface and they do my favorite joke. They're just like, how are we supposed to get up there? And all of the other citizens of Bikini Bottom are just, one guy just says, all right, all secondary characters just come back with me. This is their story. Let's go ahead.
All right, you know what time it is.
That was just so funny for me, which they travel a long distance in order just to get to that beach.
Yep.
And so they're all just like, what are we supposed to do? And SpongeBob's like, we can't give up. And so Bubbles comes back. You explain it to them. I need a minute.
Bubbles lost his job because, Jupiter and Saturn collided and exploded. So we thought he was coming to get his revenge, but real quick, he was actually coming to thank SpongeBob for getting him out of that dead-end job. He needed a change, but he was too scared to ask. We've all been there. But, pretty much he's like, I'll help you. Get in my mouth. And everyone's like, you're just looking for a free meal. Then SpongeBob starts doing this over-the-top heroic speech about courage and trust. And so
Bubbles like, I ain't got time for that.
Eats him about halfway through, shoots him out of his blowhole,
and they're 3D.
We're about an hour and a half into the movie now, right?
Yeah, hour and 20 minutes, and they're only out of the water for maybe less than 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Not even a full third of the movie.
Yeah, no. It's. But we're here now. We're on the surface.
And just to point out, this was the main gimmick that they were pushing when this movie was first advertised. I remember it so vividly. Like, SpongeBob, sponge out of water. You've never seen him like this. And they just play they only play a couple of the clips of them in 2D animation. All the rest is in 3D in all the trailers.
Yeah.
It's very misleading.
Extremely. I thought more of it would be out of the water, but surprise, surprise. It's mostly in
we
the
see
water.
The typical literal fish out of water, them interacting with different things. Like, they think a guy with 5 toes has 5 heads. They think the same guy who's on the beach just sleeping is a beach porpoise, and they try to push him back into the water. Patrick experiences big ice cream for the first time, cotton candy. And they finally come across Burger Beard, Let me try not to get angry. Okay. Burger Beard explains his main plan. He discovered a book that is tied to Bikini Bottom. And this book has magic abilities that allow him to write a story, and anything in it magically comes true. So what does he do with this powerful, reality warping thing that he has?
Krabby Patties, $8.99 a pop.
Okay.
Cheese is extra.
That's all he does. He uses it to get ahead in the fast food market.
The mobile fast food market.
Shut up. That doesn't make it any less stupid.
He has a pirate ship on
There's
wheels.
So much.
That's a restaurant.
There is so much he could have done with that. Just off the top of my head, he could have put himself as ruler of the world. He could have.
He didn't even have to actually sell the burgers. He could have just written himself in as the CEO of McDonald's and bang, you're done.
Burger King, anything.
Really, just. But he didn't.
Be the richest man in the world.
He used it to steal the Krabby Patty formula and nothing else. Until the fish arrived.
And so, to get rid of them before they can steal the formula, he writes them banished to Pelican Island. I mean, if it was me or you, I would have wished them dead.
Maybe the book has rules.
No, it doesn't. We don't know because it's never explained. Explain, movie. Explain. Darn it, I hate to be Doug Walker, but explain.
So they're thrown to Pelican Island. And on Pelican Island, as you would expect, it's an island of pelicans. Not the island's made of pelicans. There's just a bunch of them. And
so everybody's almost given up hope except for SpongeBob and Sandy. SpongeBob's like, "What are we gonna do?" And Sandy's like, "Wait, I have this. This page fell on my house one day. Fell on my house." And he's like, "This looks like a page from the book. All right, I got an idea." He plucks a feather from one of the pelicans, and he's like, "Now all I need is some ink." And he's got Squidward, so Squidward.
Aww, I ain't.
Dude, seriously, I'm actually getting worried about this now.
Yes.
How many Disney references are we gonna do?
Enough.
Wait till Steven Universe. Oh, by the way, we're doing these vlogs. We're doing 2 vlogs today, back to back, because we're both going to school. I'm going tomorrow. He's going this weekend. So this is our last day, basically, to hang out.
For a while.
For a while. I might continue with the vlogs later on, but I'm definitely going to keep coming, bringing you back. I always have a good dynamic with you. Anyways, so just a little announcement I just decided to put in the middle of this. Anyways, so SpongeBob uses the ink and, like any nerd would do,
Superpowers.
Superheroes.
Superpowers.
Okay, so we've got Sandy is the rodent. Squidward, I forgot his name. Sournote. Patrick is Mr. Super Awesomeness.
Yep.
What's SpongeBob?
The bubble-based.
We'll call him Bubble Man.
Yeah, sure.
Bubble Man, and Mr. Krabs doesn't have a name.
Just because it's Iron Crab.
In a dangerous world, he does all he can. He's Iron Crab.
You good?
I really love that show.
It was a great show.
Anyways, so they show up in their superhero gear, and so let's see. Sournote, his power is he blows into his clarinet, and he's basically Black Canary.
He can summon a clarinet, which is amazing.
Yeah, and all of them are just really strong.
They all just instantly
incredible physiques.
Yeah,
except for Sandy, but incredible physique. She's just a straight up squirrel.
Yeah, she's just
a
like
CGI squirrel.
Like a giant squirrel. It's terrifying.
Okay, let's see. So, Patrick can control all of ice cream.
Ice cream kinesis.
Yeah. Mr. Krabs is Iron Crab.
They got it. His power is money.
It's not, and he's Iron Crab. Extremist. Boom. Sorry I ever brought that up. Anyways, okay. He has retractable claws that he launches his claws off and he can break off into something. He has rocket boots. He's basically if Iron Man was a crab, basically.
Yeah.
Why didn't they do that instead of making him a monkey in Peter Porker's universe?
Whoa, hey, easy now. You're thinking too much.
Disney, get on that.
You're thinking too much.
Disney, get on that. I would so watch that.
You're thinking too much.
Anyways, and SpongeBob's power is he can make bubbles. quick, what would be a superpower you would give yourself?
Soft time freeze.
Boom. Just be like, pause all, just stop all
Pause
reality.
all reality.
Grab the book, take Burger Beard, throw him off the edge of a cliff. Time start. Boom.
And then, problem solved.
Problem solved.
Or better yet, make myself able to have the book's abilities, but I just have to say it out loud now. No more of this writing it up in a book or anything. Just
See, we are coming up with so many better abilities than this.
And we haven't even gotten to Plankton.
Oh, wait, yeah, so they have this typical superhero battle. It's in the middle of the city. They're chasing him. He's trying to get the book. SpongeBob put the book in a bubble and it's floating away. And let's see. So they almost end up defeated. He almost grabs the book. And then Plankton, who was hiding in SpongeBob's sock the whole time, comes out. And he writes himself as the Thing with a small head.
Ton.
Another bad pun. And stop with the rim shots. I was sick of them in this movie. They actually have a couple of rim shots for the puns. It was
Pretty fun. It's pretty bad.
sort of. So, okay, so Plankton does it. He defeats Burger Beard. He grabs the formula. They burn the book so that it can never be used again. Plankton gives the formula back to Mr. Krabs, saying, I know the importance of teamwork. And it's just, if you don't get the message, that's what they try to hammer into you. Teamwork, 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 teamwork. You got it?
You gotta be part of a TM.
Mm-hmm.
Time bomb.
Work. So, SpongeBob and everybody's like, okay, SpongeBob, send us home. I don't have the page. Plankton's like, don't worry, I have it. It's like, all right, everybody ready to go back home? Scooper's like, are you kidding me? I'm super ripped. I'm a god in this world.
Yeah.
I never want to go. No, you're a cashier.
Imagine, like, being demoted from, like, superpowered god to cashier. But at least he kept his six-pack.
Yeah, SpongeBob gave him the abs.
Rock hard abs. Which...
And so everything's back to normal. The Krabby Patty, 3,000. Everybody asks for 3,000 Krabby Patties. SpongeBob makes them with these. Everything's back to normal. Plankton goes back to trying to steal the Krabby Patty formula, and it ends there. Oh wait, no, it doesn't. You tell them. I'm just gonna cringe right here. Oh.
So Bubbles, isn't around at this point, but the seagulls, who have been tailing Burger Beard this whole time, start bugging him and say, "Can we sing our song now?"
Burger Beard ends up being the pirate in the opening.
Yeah, Burger Beard's a pirate in the opening. They put a frame around him. They start singing, and then Bubbles interrupts through space and time to tell them to stop singing that song, and it immediately goes into epic rap battle, like the actual duo from Epic Rap Battle, who are seen in the movie eating Burger Beard's Krabby Patties at one point. Full on epic rap battle before the
Who did they bribe? Who did they bribe in order to get those guys?
Epic Rap Battle.
But no, how did they get? What do they have on you, Epic Rap Battle?
Yeah, I want to know what blackmail material they dug up to make you guys do that.
Oh,
But I digress.
it was so terrible.
And that was the movie. That's how it ends.
Okay,
On
so
Epic Rap Battle.
story-wise, this is pretty predictable.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty straightforward.
Boring at some points, but I'm giving it 3 out of 5 stars. It's actually,
Stars?
Huh?
We're giving it stars?
Okay, on a scale of 1. Okay, on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you rate this movie?
It's like a solid 5. It's not bad. It's not great.
6. I'm giving it a 6. At least it's worth at least 1. It's not as bad as it could have been. Like a lot of SpongeBob episodes nowadays, it could have been a lot worse. But
yeah,
it's just they hammer the message in a little too many times. I think kids would be able to get teamwork is a good thing.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
I was specifically trying to avoid that.
That's why I'm here.
Wrapping it up. Final thoughts. Go. Final thoughts.
Unlike any other SpongeBob movie, it didn't have a catchy song, so meh.
Gooba Gooba Rock!
just didn't have it.
Okay. It's not. At least I will say this: SpongeBob. I recently saw the latest SpongeBob episode, SpongeBob's Big Birthday Blowout, which was the 20-year anniversary of SpongeBob, and it was legitimately funny. And it's not as funny. Don't get me wrong; it's not as funny as some of the episodes that I grew up with that still hold up very well to this day. But it's nice to know that SpongeBob isn't a dud like a lot of other shows that we grew up with that just stopped after a while. For example, Ben 10 isn't as good as it could be. Neither is the Powerpuff Girls, even though I do like that show. Or, alright, we'll finish. I'll just edit it in later. It's those kinds of I got interrupted by a phone call. Long story short, it's not as awful as it could have been, because those shows are kind of bad, even though I do like them. But it's nice to know that it still does hold up.
Yeah, there's still like a nice little aura up there trying.
Yeah, and we're gonna have to do this Steven Universe vlog fast. All right, that's it. And I'm KJW.
I'm Jdoombeast.
And hopefully we'll see you in the next vlog. Bye. Hi, Gary Wilson, the editor here. Yes, that's what I'm calling myself whenever I make these announcements. Okay, this is gonna be the last time it's gonna look all garbled in the editing process, because I clearly am not the best editor in the world. But I'm here, I'm back, getting my stuff for college, and I've got a couple of announcements for you guys as soon as I find... Oh, there it is. Gotta get these. Okay, first of all, the reason why it looks so edited is because I think I explained this in the video, but I'm just gonna make sure. I get a phone call from my dad saying that I need to take care of something. I had to help my aunts with something important. Jordan and I we're about to wrap up the video anyway, so that's just our final thoughts. That other video that's edited with this video and this other video. Also, this unfortunately meant that we had to stop early, which means we did not get to finish the Steven Universe vlog. And that kind of sucks, because we both really wanted to talk about this for so long. Like, oh my gosh, you have no idea. There was so much scheduling after scheduling after scheduling after scheduling, and we lost it. The point is, we are going to get a Steven Universe vlog, although I'm thinking of doing a Steven Universe, a separate vlog on my thoughts on the movie. Either that, or I'm just gonna have to wait until we can talk again so that he and I can do the vlog together on our thoughts on the movie in general and our future for season 6. Finally, I do say in this vlog I might continue with the vlogs after thinking about it. I am gonna keep doing these vlogs because they were a lot of fun to do this summer. Talking about, I've never had an outlet like this before to talk about my feelings about different kinds of movies, TV shows, stuff like that. And I don't know, it feels really, really fun. It was a lot of fun to do this. It was really fun to do this. One of my best friends, Jdoombeast, if you're watching, I really appreciate the time and effort that you had, the energy that you gave me in each vlog, and I look forward to doing more with you, because next year we've got a very special one planned. I wish I was recording his reaction in the car. Apparently Disney Channel is doing a Zombies too. Aren't you excited? Apparently 104 million of you are, because 104 million of you watched the most popular song on YouTube. Oh, we're gonna have our thoughts on that. It's gonna be fun. It's coming out next year. It's gonna be fun. I cannot wait. That is a lie. So yeah, I'm gonna keep doing these vlogs. I don't know how often I'm gonna get them to you, because again, I'm in college and my schedule is kind of big, kind of busy, kind of epic, and I'm also part of different other clubs at my college. So I'm going to get these vlogs out. I just don't know when. Probably when I have some free time and I watch a movie and then just tell you my thoughts on them. They could be 22 minutes, 42 minutes, however long I want them to be. I don't know if this is gonna do something big for me on YouTube, but if it doesn't, I'm still gonna do it, because it's too much fun for me for me to just stop. I don't think I'll be able to stop. I don't know. I'll see you in about 10 years. I'm still gonna do these. With that said, I'm Kerry Wilson, the editor, aka KJW, aka I don't really have a third name. I guess I could do my pony name, Cherry Chocolate, aka Cherry Chocolate. And God willing, I hope to see you in my next video. See you later.